Marissa? Do I look like a Marissa player? Damn clean first try. Close. Oh. Sometimes I'm playing ahead, and sometimes I'm playing super reaction to the moment. Sometimes you're not playing at all. Okay, warm up. This is warm up. I've fallen off. There we go. And we're back rolling through this. I thought she was going to move right there, and she moved left. Right, so today I did for like 6 minutes. I might go back to some more at some point, but... See, I mean, you can still complain about something. Right? Like, you could sit there and be like, bro's on stage 1 again. Take, though. I would argue that a lot of those takes are brain damage, though. We're done stage 1 again, yeah. You could say a lot of things. Oh, I realized that I forgot about the ice cavern encounter Puppet, so we gotta get that first thing before we do anything else in Puppet. I forgot that when you get the boat, you unlock that encounter. Detroit by heart? No, I mean, no. She's only got 3 puppets, and you can be a little high level for that. I mean, I guess I wasn't that high leveled. Like, I was like the same level as her highest. But it's 3 puppets. 3's pretty fine to beat. But we gotta get the ice cavern encounter. Then we gotta get do the Mayumi fight. So I can get the late Cumulus base encounter to increase the odds of getting Mayumi, or Keiki as well. And then figure out how the hell we're gonna beat some question marks. And then I'll sweat my way through a fight while I get through one of them deathless, and then you guys can sit there and be like, dude, run's so easy. Run's actually free, though. Game's super easy. And the gun, well, it's kind of, it's pretty similar odds as also hitting the Yuki or the Mai. I looked at the encounter rates. Like, Chirno's a dupe. Letty's a bit more common, but not that rare to hit either the PC-98 character, or any of the three, I should say. I also looked through all of them, and I can't say there's anyone I specifically am like, ooh, that'd be really good or bad. I think Letty would be the best, just to give me a supine user, supine. Is that at least rare? What do you mean it's rare? Letty is either tied for the most highest encounter in the Ice Cavern, or the second highest encounter in the Ice Cavern. Oh, you mean location-wise? Yeah, but there's a number of characters that are pretty location rare. Kind of the Touhou 10 and 11 casts get a lot of love. Well, a lot of the other casts get minimal love. Touhou 8 as well. 8, 10, and 11 get a lot of locations. At least for some of them. Well, I guess for 8, it's really just Wriggle and Mystia. Aaron gets a couple spots, and that's it. But a lot of the casts of a number of games, like most of the SDM cast, ECB. Is there actually an encounter in Haki Gokuro now that I think about it? That's like post-game? Because otherwise, Yomu and Yuyiko are literally only in one location. But when you go to, like, UFO, it's like, okay, you get a bunch of Nazarins, and then, like, Kogaga and the rest of that cast are all just, like, you get one spot for them. Or Haki Gokuro? I know you go there post-game and fight Yuyiko, is there an encounter there? I was thinking, you literally only find Yomu and Yuyiko in the cemetery early game. Oh, so, Game Glitcher, have you actually done the modern Maribel fight? I was just glancing through boss fights, and I ended up kind of like sitting there for like 10 minutes, like looking through some of the deets on that fight. And it's kind of stupid. She leads with a Renko, I believe, that has a special ability that sets up permanent heavy fog and Seiru, I believe it is. Four of her 6 puppets have first aid, and one of the other ones has perch, which is just roost, so flying type first aid essentially. And the Maribel herself, the extra Maribel that she has, the special one, has the boundary, like, savior ability or whatever. One that, like, increases her bulk, causes her to heal each turn, and, a terrain is up, and causes the opponent to lose an 1/8 of their HP every turn. at the end of each turn. This combined with her fun move that drops the opponent to 1 HP. So, how she works is she has a move that drops you to 1 HP, and then her ability, if a terrain is up, will deal an eighth of your max HP at the end of the turret. A real great fight, real great. All of her puppets are so insanely bulky. Fuck me. Then get their spot. What do you mean you finally got to the spot? Where are you looking for this information at? Fuck. No, yeah, okay. Is there an encounter in Haki Gokuro or not? Does it have an encounter? No, neat. Are there Yomus and Yukos there? Neat. Gods with everything else. Oh, neat. I got to get the game editor and make a ROM hack myself. Or might make a ROM hack. Gonna make a modified version of the game to make the new. I gotta make the Pokemon Run and Bun of Puppet Dance. Just the Prism River Sisters? Interesting. Fuck! Ah, I keep dying that stupid fucking fairy. It's always the second one, too. Hello, Hobbs. And by always, I mean sometimes. I found something weird, too. I was looking at some encounter tables. So I was curious, like, what you get from, like, certain splits. And I was like, why does the Garden... Because the Garden of the Sun has Yuka. I think it has, like, Wriggle. I think it has Medicine as well. It has, like, all the Prism Rivers. I'm like, why are the Prism Rivers in the Garden of the Sun? There's 3 puppets each. Is that the case with the extended, though? Because I know the wiki doesn't have the extended themes. Ghouly Goo. Let me check my list. Goes to the Garden of 9? They might have. Now that you mention it. Yuyuko has 5 puppets with an extended. Iyomu, extra Yukari, extra Eiki, extra Satori, extra Yuyuko. The fullest team I've ever seen, but 5 is a lot scarier than 3. Yeah, because, like, for whatever reason, a lot of, like... In the early game, it makes sense. Like, when you're walking around, you see that, like, Kagero fight and stuff, and they only have, like, 2-3 puppets. It's like, those kind of make sense, but, like, there's a lot of these, like, late-game and post-game fights against some, like, these various trainers, and they're just like, ah, here's 3 puppets. Like that, too. Yeah. I was looking at her thing. Yeah, she only has. It's so weird why they do that sometimes. Like, you don't need to make every fight 6 puppets with, like, competitive movesets, but... I think it'd be really fun to sit down and, like, really try to put together a good quote-unquote ROM hack. You ate all the mozzarella? I just had Colby Jack. Pretty basic. But that's my preferred. I'm not, like... I'm not the biggest fan of... I mean, I'm fine with other cheeses, but, like... By someone who has cheese a ton, I'm really not the biggest, like, cheese fan on the market. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. A lot of people are kind of obsessed with that. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Then you get to post-game, most normal puppets don't exist, yeah. Love Gypsum. Gypsum, you didn't tell me about the ice cavern encounter. I gotta get that one, I gotta get that one later. Well, that's unfortunately the reality. Some of the nicest things you gotta put in the money for, tragically. So, to be fair, I didn't even remember the Hakurei Shrine encounter until he mentioned it, so... But I was, spoilers, I was doing all, like, the Force to Magic item pickup off stream, because I don't think people really want to watch me sit there for an hour, like half the stream, just picking up all the random items that you can get now that I have the boat. So I was doing all that, and then I was like looking through, and like I had like the Misty Lake open up on like the wiki, and I look at the items, see if there's anything good there. Go to the next place. I see Connections Ice Cavern. I was like, oh shit! I forgot about the Ice Cavern. Good crap in the FOM. What do you mean FOM? What does that mean? The FOM? FOM isn't a word. Unless it's an abbreviation for friendly mother. Piss butt. I actually have that. Yeah, it's... You get the, there's like a couple like other oddball things that are like maybe okay, but like... It's really a handful of TMs. And the Jar of Poison. Actually, really, it's like you get the one, like, Poison TM, although I think you actually get that, like, early. You get, like, the 2 nature attacks, which are really good, and then the Jar of Poison. There are a few other things in there that are, like, maybe okay, occasionally. Force of Magic, unbelievable, I can't believe you do that. I'm calling the cops. I mean, I could see it, especially on the Maribel fight. The very, very end of the game. I just wonder how many times mid-run I'm gonna really be able to take advantage of it. See value? Well, theoretically, there is value against what, like, the extra of Suakos. Rest in peace, my faith. Like, if you can put, like, a week on, like, those extra Suakos, you can kind of cripple them. The problem I have is, A, is there better things you could do? And B, is the AI going to be smart about that, about, like, avoiding that? Like, one of the ways I can potentially see, like, on the Konako fight, trying to beat that, Suwako, is trying to get, like, a burn or something on it, right? A burn or, like, a week. But, especially on that fight, I really don't know how the AI will play with statuses, right? If we take, what was it, the Hanabi? The first of the question. I mean, like, what are you doing, me-game? That fight, if you remember from my fight from last time when I tried to, click the scare button, the fear effect on the Apache, she immediately swapped into someone who didn't care about the fear effect, right? And in the case of the Suwako fight, when you consider that if Calm is up, Konako is literally immune to status ailments, it makes me wonder if, like, can I really, like, ailment things, right? Can I really, like, get a burn or something on her? Like, or a week? Is that even going to be possible, or is the AI going to be smart about that? It's a good question. I don't actually know what the answer is. You know, I feel like I really need in some of these runs that I haven't actually gotten yet is a Chen. Give me the adverse wind Chen. I feel like it can put so much work in. Give me the ability to trap something on the field. George. I'll be doing some shenanigans, but it'll probably be burn fishing with, like, Kaguya on some things. Although not the Suwakos, necessarily. Wait, are the Suwakos... No, the Suwakos are physical attackers, right? The extra Suwako? This is the thing. I think Drought can be useful. I just think it's on the surface it's really good, but it's gonna be hard to, like, actually use well, in my opinion. Specifically, yeah. Sure would be useful. Yeah, let me just get my Kinase that the game never gives me. So yeah, you can get a good Nether move, which is the only problem with that is like Nether is so like situational. Still, if you have a good Nether attacker, it can just be really good for that. But Nether is not really an offensive type, unfortunately. Unfortunately. The thing I'm actually upset about right now is the fact that stupid Speed Orin, despite being Fire Earth, doesn't get any good like Earth moves until like the next split. I get access to like Changeling, Nature moves, and good Fire moves, which is great, but Speed Chen from Yukari's place. I mean, surely we'll just get Chen from my Higa, right? An 80% chance. Good bird. Although, isn't Speed Chen bad? Who's the good Chen? Who's the one with the adverse wind? Is that like Assist Chen? Because I feel like that's like the one that's like good. Very much expect the outcome. Yeah, and you know what happened the one time I got to my Higa? I didn't get Chen. Now, did I? I got Ron last time. Chen, yeah, so I feel like that's the one you really want. Like, I feel like the other Chens are just like, eh. Probably. What the fuck? Did she just, like, not move? Or she did move. I guess I just didn't think she moved as much as she did. It's not a real... Yeah. I mean, I feel like whatever you get is good in its own way. But, like, I want to play with Assist Chen. I feel like there's potential it could just do so much work. I mean, get medicine? Yeah, but, like, you get Chen long before you get medicine. Or at least you have the options to get Chen long before you get medicine. I was also looking at abilities. I'll one time I'll get the just you wait. At some point I'll get the I'll get the Ichirin, because doesn't she have the ability that traps only fighting types? Oop. Okay, what are the odds I get the 10% Keiki and it fucks up my lines? Like, oh no, I thought of the wrong ability. I was looking at random abilities and I saw the Ichirin one that doubles her spread attack. That was the ability I was looking at. I glanced at the fighting one and I thought that was her for a sec. They have it? Yeah, well, no one else. No, literally no one else has it. Well, an almost exclusive ability isn't an exclusive ability, now is it? Checkmate, Atheist. Could you not? Dark Quad Resist? Listen, I'll take a Dark Quad Resist, okay? I have like a billion light types. I could use more Dark Immunity / Resist, especially since one of them died for whatever reason last time. I couldn't tell you what the specifics on that were. Could be anything. I'm really curious how many fights I can try to sweep with Auron. If it's like possible to like try to set up on a lot of fights, or if it's a pipe dream and she's gonna die very quickly. But I feel like with her coverage and her stats, it's very possible that I can kind of just go off. What's Duel? Oh, Duel is the one that makes everything 100% accurate. Of course. Another man. I mean, in Pokemon, that's how that works. No guard plus the Oko attacks are guaranteed to kill. That is indeed how that works, and yet you basically never see it. Because it's no guard in Pokemon, and they're a very, very small subset of no guard users, and none of them learn Oko moves. In that case, yeah, but how many puppets are you fighting where it's like, ooh, here's their one-hit KO move? Deer Hunter, sweet puppet. That is true. However, you do have that was really stupid. However, you do have to mention the fact that you do have access to Rising Sun. So you do have the ability to set up your speed if needed. Like, the interesting idea is that if you can set up a kill with that, then you outspeed anything that's not like Choice Scarf, or whatever the speed boosting choice item is in this game. Abilities are kind of wild. Maybe there's a reason why they were cut. My spread move will take damage. Is that like a charm, or is that like a fully held item? Because once again, I'll bring up Pokemon again. There are berries in Pokemon that say when you're hit by a physical attack, it will trigger once and deal like an eighth of their HP, or vice versa for special attacks too. There are of course berries that only hit trigger once. However, which is makes them mid. Check it was a charm, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that being said, Rocky Helmet does exist. Is there a Rocky Helmet equivalent? I feel like I remember there was. I can't remember for sure. Rocky Helmet is when you get hit by a contact move, deal 1/6 of the opponent's max HP. Although contact does not mean physical attacks necessarily. It's a slightly lesser subset, but... Bit Acquisition do you? Although I'm pretty sure the bits only do 1/8, not 1/6. You ever watch an Urshifu use Surging Strikes into a Rocky Helmet Amoonguss? It's really funny. The Urshifu wants to click Surging Strikes, and then you switch into Amoonguss, and then it just takes half of its HP. Because it's a 3-hitter. One isn't even translated. Rock, what's the translation for this? Jarvis, pull that up. Is new to weather and powder-based skills. That's the weather part's interesting. Actually, no, it's not really, because, there's... was it something? Yeah, safety goggles, yeah. There's safety goggles, which makes the user immune to, like, sandstorm chip and powder-based attacks. So there is precedent for the existence of that item. And that item is a competitively good item, but that's partially because of Moongus is so popular. And there's occasionally, like, Jump Bluff and other things I see play. Because there's no Spore equivalent, right? Well, there is... What is it? Bout Drunkard? Is that what the ability is off top? I think that's what it is off the top of my head. That, like, one puppet has. I don't even think that's a powder-based move, though. Because, like, Sleep Powder exists. There's, what, Bewitching Pollen, but... Is there really any other, like, powder-based things? Because there's no Spore. And I'm pretty sure Bout Drunkard is not a powder-based move, so what's the point? It's also singles, not doubles, where, that type of thing is would be less used anyway. So, like, in theory, it's a good addition, because, like, it's very similar to other things, but in practice, I feel like, in Puppet, like, what are you doing it for, right? There is power move. Well, it's moves that, like, are classified as powder moves, right? And, for example, because, like, your regular Pokemon, you have moves like Sleep Powder, which is powder name, but Spore, which is classified as a powder move, and grass types are immune to it, right? Which is very similar to Bewitching Pollen, which does the same thing, right? Nature puppets are immune to Bewitching Pollen. So they probably added it in a way that was like, okay, we'll make countermeasure for Bewitching Pollen, and then they're like, wait. Honestly, actually, what probably happened is they were like, okay, it's in Generation 8, I think, which is relatively new. It's not the newest one, but it's the second newest one. They added safety goggles, I believe it was that, Gen 8. To Pokemon. And they probably looked at that and was like, oh, we should add that too. And they probably, like, went to make it, and then realized it's, like, literally only going to apply to, like, that. Because another reason why it's good is it causes the user to, like, ignore Rage Powder as well. But in Puppet Dance, which is only singles, there is no Rage Powder. Right? That type of move literally can't exist outside of double battles, so what's the point? You have a single item that makes the user immune to Bewitching Pollen and Dust Storm Chip. Gen 6. Yeah, is that when they made it a held item, though? I believe it. I believe that. Gen 6? That is older than I thought it was, but... So, they probably saw it was an item, was like, oh, this is a good item, we should copy it over, and then realized it's just meaningless, kind of, in Puppet Dance. And it was like, let's not bother, right? What's the point? Now, two modern items that I wonder if in, like, the new, like, whatever the newer one that some people are working on, not that that's ever going to come out, if they're going to add are the Clear Amulet and what's the cloak? Not Concealed Cloak. Something Cloak. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. There's two modern abilities, or two items that they added pretty recently in competitive Pokemon. Clear Amulet, which makes you immune to stat drops. Covert Cloak, that's the name. Clear Amulet, which makes you immune to stat drops, and what was the other one? Covert Cloak, which makes you immune to secondary effects of moves. So, like, moves with a chance to flinch, you can't be flinched, right? Moves that have a 30% chance to paralyze you, you can't get paralyzed. These are modern items. I wonder if they'll add them in. I think it'd be cool to see. They clearly take a lot of item inspiration from regular Pokemon, like with the choice items and such, so... But I don't know what the hell Encore's even trying to do anyway. Like asking, I'm not necessarily out here being like, you need to ask them, I gotta know. Kind of hesitant with what Encore's trying to do anyway, so we'll see how that goes. You know, that makes it so when you miss a skill, your actually increases. It's a weird idea. I think that type of thing exists as an item in Pokemon. Not that it ever sees play. I think it exists as an item. But I'm also not for sure. Let's take damage by 50% at low HP. Yeah, those are kind of like your starter abilities. But those are also pretty niche. In Nuzlocke, those abilities are pretty good. Because you can pre-damage yourself to set them up for like some sweeps or something, maybe, but... In competitive, they see basically no play. There's a reason why starter Pokemon, like, basically saw almost no play for a while. Until they got their hidden abilities. So then someone's gonna be like, no, Swampert sees play in Generation 3! And it's like, okay, that's why I said mostly doesn't see play. But isn't there kind of the spirit abilities still? Like, don't you have... Isn't Final Form or whatever? When you're at low HP, like, your stab moves deal bonus damage? Don't they already kind of have that? I think it's, like, called Final Form. I could be completely mistaken. What? What? I saw the line to the left, I was like, oh, I'm far enough to the left, and I wasn't far enough to the left. Oh, I'm just trapped. Because snail trails are as they are. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's good that they have Final Form and not all the different various spirit abilities. I just think it's a nice way to kind of reconcile them all together. Or boost ability has a twisted bonus. Is that one of those unused abilities you're talking about? I feel like Dwarf is one of those good types as is. They don't need to make an ability to make it really good. Oops. Oh, Orpixis has one of those, okay. What is probably the most underwhelming type in Puppet Dance? Besides, like, Nether, maybe. Just all warp moves would be insane. Yeah, but, like, if you think about it on, like, a Dream-type Pokemon, then it wouldn't really, like Dormy gets with that illusion ability, then who cares? Say Nether. Yeah, because, like, Nether is interesting defensively, but offensively, it's pure dog shit, right? Like, Nether only exists, really. Like, really, the only thing Nether does is it's a good defensive type. I feel like Steel is pretty, always kind of lame. I see, I know where you're coming from, but, like, I also think it's, like, the normal of the game. And so, it existing is kind of just fine, even if it is rather lame. Honestly, I gotta say Steel. Maybe I'm a little too Pokemon brain, but, like, Steel feel like... Here's one of the biggest problems I think with Steel. It doesn't have the resist pool that it normally does in, like, Pokemon. It's pretty linear down to everything else. And what does it beat? Whatever its main, like beats. It beats Wind and, like, Poison, right? And didn't they just make Warped, which does the same thing? Actually, no, I guess Warp doesn't beat Poison. So I guess kind of never mind, but... Yeah, Void is always going to be lame, but I wouldn't say it's bad. I think it has a job and it does it. It's fine, and it's good that it exists. Just suppress him into Nature and Dark does resist him, yeah. I feel like realistically what, like, Steel should be is it should be that type with a bunch of resists, but also, like, a bunch of weaknesses, right? Like, give it, like, innately, like, 5 or 6 resists, but also, like, 4 or 5 weaknesses. But, like, because, like, what does it resist? It resists Wind, it's immune to Poison. I know there's something else, but, like, what is the other thing? To resist Illusion. I guess that was somewhat relevant. Doesn't Warp resist Illusion, though? To resist itself? Wow. I don't usually care about things resisting themselves. That tends to... A lot of types do that. At least a fair bit of them do. Fire resists fire, nature resists nature, water resists water, electric, electric, dark, dark, light, light, poison, poison. I think warp resists warped. Illusion's weak to itself. Yeah, Illusion and Nether are the ones that are weak to themselves. I don't think there's any others that do that. Not resist it, but super effective into it? Okay. I knew Warp was good into Illusion. I wasn't sure if it resisted it or not. Fairy type of the game. And how it was added to the game, yes, because it was kind of added to be the Wind immunity, right? To be like the thing that beats Wind. But I don't know if offensively it's, I don't know if offensively I'd consider it to be the fairy type of the game. Honestly, I think I'd put Illusion, either Illusion or Sound as the fairy type of the game. But I don't think there is any true fairy type in the game. think Puppet Dance does a good job of making sure nothing is quite to that extent. We need a puppet that it gets geomancy, and then we need to add the power herb item into a puppet dance. That's clearly what we need. Where are you getting megas puppet dance? Yeah, power. Oh, does power herb exist as an item? Oh. If you'll use the sign moves, I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible that I'll use them. Right? If there's a situation, kind of maybe one of those same type situations where you're in a spot where, like, neither of you have an opponent that you can't damage but can't damage you, if you get the right, you know, sign that lets you get around that. Especially because you can change signs from fight to fight, right? Like, that's the thing. You can grab whichever... Like, you can know which sign you might need. Like, I could definitely see myself using them. Although, of course, they're not that strong, so... Who knows how much? Like, you'd rather use stab. But, you know, if there's a situation around. I also have to get far enough to get to the signs anyway. Also, I realized something unfortunate. I have to, once again, figure out a way of how to beat this Power Patchy coming up. Am I supposed to say? Yeah, but Kamada also gets, like, all the coverage in the world by level up, right? So, like, you don't really care. I don't think. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, she just kind of, like, learns every type. I know it's not every type, but, like, she learns a billion different types. Like, I could see a world where something like, my defense Kaguya, you maybe just throw, like, the right sign on there, you know, when you're walling something. I know I commented on this before, but, like, why does Flawn, the Dark type, not learn Changeling? And I wouldn't think about it, but, like, the Dark type Flawn doesn't learn Changeling. But the Warped Light type, which I think it's Warped Light, does get Changeling. Why does the Dark one not get it, but the one that's not Dark gets it? Explain that one to me. Like, if none of them got it, I would be like, okay. I wouldn't think about it. But, like, the fact that the one gets it. Serial doesn't get yet. Like, I don't think, like, a Dark type not getting it is innately like, oh, man, that's just terrible. I think Changing is really good. You should be careful who gets it. But, like, I just find it weird that for, like, Flawn, the Dark type one doesn't, but the non-Dark type does. Like, bruh? What are we doing here? The ATM. Yeah, but like I'm talking about the dark light one. What is it? Was it Speed Flan or something? That's what I'm referring to. Doesn't get it via TM. Meanwhile, Extra Flan does. That would be so annoying. Would it be any more annoying than, like, other things that already exist, though? Like, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of fast and frail changeling users as is. Like, isn't that, like, literally on one of the question mark fights I'm about to do, isn't there that, like, tower or whatever, Marissa that's dark and light? That's fast with a strong changeling. Isn't it literally like the same type of thing? No, Flan can't have this. We can't give Flan good things. Who made this game? Game Glitcher? Six Puppet Snacks. Enjoyed SE Speed Ellis. Did I get Ellis in my Puppet Dance? I can't remember if I'm, like, thinking about me using Ellis in Puppet Dance, or if I'm just thinking about me using... If I'm just being reminded of her from Artificial Dream and Arcadia, and I'm, like conflating the two. Where I use Ellis for most of the late game. Remember, any strategy is cool until it beats Game Glitcher online, and then it's not a cool strategy. Yeah, but I feel like I might have gotten her. Remember, though, I might be conflating things. Guys, I think these Flans are pretty weak. I think we gotta buff them. I think what we should do is we should take Speed Flan. I think it's Speed Flan, and we should give her ability that we should give her the ability that doubles your spread damage that Ichirin has. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Actually, we should combine that with the with up tempo as well. I think that's a good way to make her good. How about that? You guys like that idea? I think that'd be pretty good balance. Alright, late game I use Gengetsu all the time. Yeah, that's who I used. Conflating them. What makes I kind of wonder with Speed Orin? It's one of those puppets that, like, if you made a ROM hack design, what the fuck is that hitbox moment? If you made like a ROM hack design towards Nuzlocking, that's one of those puppets where you fundamentally just get rid of that ability. Just whoop, get that right out of there. Whoop. That PLE? What about that PLE? What about Pelly? Bruh. Bruh! Can you move a lot of things? Yeah. Generally, if you're Nuzlocke, you can get rid of a bunch of setup options. That's really the thing you care the most about. Or at least making the setup options limited. Zudu, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Trying to get out of the early mid game in this. And dying to your camouflage over and over. If that works. But hope you're doing well. Hope your stream went well. Because, like, if you look in Pop, though, there's a lot of setup. Like, you get so... Like, there's so... Like, weather, terrain, and, like, setup moves are just, like, galore. Human. Why would you not die? She was at I hate that attack so much. Yeah, gets backup plan. Interesting. I feel like every backup plan user I see, like, gets backup plan and then like literally like no setup, like literally nothing to use it with. I'm taking a stop for a minute. Mm. Vigilant watch a perfect game. Yeah, it's a flawless. I can't think of anything that would go wrong. Because I think I was looking at a couple of my style changes, and I was like, ooh, this gets backup plan. What's in the moveset? No setup. Besides, +1 physical defense or something, like, just something like that. Like, this gets, like, backup plan and literally nothing. No stat boosts. Yeah. Speed Shizua. I'll believe you. I'm pretty sure, whichever is the one I don't have right now, whichever is the one I have in my first run, with the Meyer Satono. Like, the assist one gets, like, Swords Dance and backup plan, I think. I was interested to use it, but unfortunately they don't get that till, like, level 70. This is the thing I wonder. As the game progresses and the opponent teams get scarier, so too do your options, and I wonder how it's going to keep up. Curiosity, Fountain of Life, Butterfly Flit, and Mystic Wind +3 folks. That's interesting. May I introduce you to Critical Hits? Okay, so what's the over-under on me wiping today? Yukari, you poor soul. Game Glitcher on his way to reminisce about all the fucking most dog shit strategies you've ever seen. And then the moment something halfway good gets brought up, that thing's broken, dude. Unbelievable. Like, someone 30%, like someone 9%, yeah. I don't know, some of these fights are a little scary. I'm not too concerned about Keiki as long as I get the... because I have the Hina, but... I mean, Power Patchy is the problem. Not to mention everything else. Surely my orange just sweeps every fight and it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't know. Don't look at me. You tell me. Extra Lyrica, get bodied. Game Glitcher doesn't even know what he's talking about. What else is new? Not gonna be quick enough to get the middle fairy. Tragedy. Charge. So what you're telling me is that Lyrica is broken. Isn't she... I feel like I remember her being like the highest rated in like some community chart or something. Am I mistaken with that? Like, I feel like I remember looking at some, like, community usage list a while ago, like, a long while ago, and seeing, like, the most used or something was, like, a Lyrica, and being like, huh? This also had been, like, 3-4 years ago. Yeah, we got the early berry. Sorry, Circa. I must be thinking of someone else. You're washed. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's good to be washed. Like, I showered, like, 7 hours ago or something. I'm not very fresh at the moment, then. Not as fresh as I could be. Actually, what probably happened is, what probably happened is, you probably did an online battle at one point, got, like, swept by, like, a power Lyrica, and was like, this thing is so broken, it's the strongest thing ever, dude, no way. Oh, you know, I love this completely side related thing. So, as of the past like week, I've been getting comments on someone's been clearly going through my Devil of Decline playthrough. Has been commenting like strats and stuff they used during the early game. And I'm like, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah," because at like one point there was a boss or anything that like, oh, you're not necessarily supposed to do at X given time. You kind of gotta like come back to the boss. And and someone just goes in there, puts like a paragraph of comment of like, well, you can actually do this right now with such and such and such, and they talk about like some playthrough or something they did. I'm like, I'm getting comments on like an 8-month-old video. The 10.0. Yeah. That's, I feel like, what I remember seeing. For seeing decimal points for every character, and I thought it was a lyric at the top, but well, like, it's been a while. Might have Braid might have associated it with a different speed or power puppet. Notifications streaming while watching it, which is the greatest site known to man. There's never ever been any issues with it. You know, as much as I like bitch and moan about this early game, sometimes dude, that attack is fucking disgusting, dude. It's actually brutal. And sometimes I make some of those dodges, and I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it gets me a little hard going. Only a little bit, not all the way, but you know. Sometimes I make some of those dodges, and I'm like, hey, it's only stage 2, and I sit there and like, you know, that's pretty sexy. You know what? I don't know if we have ever had this conversation with Gypsum around, so I have to ask you, Gypsum. This isn't like a puppet dance, oh, who's the best? This is your personal opinion, your personal taste. Who's the best Prism River? Who's your favorite Prism River? Very important question. No, you better answer properly. Thank you for dying. Favorite character? I literally said, not as a puppet. But like, not what's the most meta-relevant puppet. I asked favorite Prism River, just like character-wise. I don't think I don't think I've asked Gyps on that question. We've had this conversation before, but multiple times here, but I don't know if I've ever asked Gyps on that. Merlin are out because of their mental conditions. I will tolerate that answer. I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that one. Now the answer, in my opinion, is always Merlin. I will tolerate the Lyrica answer because of the mental conditionless thing, though. I will absolutely tolerate that. Lunasa is far and away the worst answer. Anyone who says Lunasa should be put down, probably. Especially after what she did to me in PCB. I can't do this attack as of late. I've been struggling so much with it. Two different things. They are two different things, but that doesn't mean they're always mutually exclusive. Okay, the music, isn't it? I mean, yeah, there are moments where they're not playing music. Like, you know, some people, like, what if they have to watch, like, one of them has to wash the dishes, right? Laser current preferred? Okay, that's the right answer. Damiko's toggle, like the Lyrica, because of the mental condition, I'll tolerate that one as well. Do you think the Prism Rivers actually, like, teamed up with June and Xion to steal money from people? Like, they were, like, purposely having a bunch of concerts, like, out there just so they could steal money? Lunasa does have a good puppet spray, I'll give you that one. Yeah, point fusion where you've been negative because you're not answering. Yeah, you never answer these questions. Game Glitcher, the, Oh, what? You said your favorite Touhou character is such and such? I'm gonna make fun of it. Who's mine? Oh, I don't have a favorite. I like everyone equally, with a few exceptions. I don't care. No. Wow, this character's your favorite, dude? Lol. Who's mine? I don't have strong opinions towards this. Anyone who says Lunasa is the best, is just mental condition. They're the same people who are like, Persuasion Needle is obviously the best. Persuasion Needle is clearly the best thing in the world. No, let's not let a game glitcher. The reason people like Lunas is because the people who really like blondes. That's what I'm gonna tell them. Oh no, motion girls. Isn't she the oldest of the sisters too? Am I correct when I say that? So if she's older than the other two, that means she's a MILF. So some people really like that. I kind of got a key. It's like lingering there. Okay, well here's a better question though. Who is the best animal gang leader? I don't know what the correct term is. Matriarch. I think that's the term. I feel like most people tend to flock to Yuma, but... Not gonna lie, design-wise, I've always had it out for Yachi. Okay, maybe saying had it out for Yachi is a little weird. I've always enjoyed Yachi's design at the very least. Missing not even content. Boo! Boo! Oh, okay, what are you, Yuka fan? Oh, you probably like Yuka and Hikari as well. You gotta go for your gold corpse, like at least you're committed. What's the problem, Spooner? I don't see the issue. I don't even need to ask you who your favorite matriarch is. Unless you're really willing to surprise me. I'm pretty sure I've heard you talk plenty before of how much you like Yuma, excuse me. Am I wrong? Has anything I've said wrong? You know, you might not... People might not like the things I've said, but like... You know, I'm literally like, the scene with Jesus, where they hated him for speaking the truth, like... To be fair, I don't really have a strong opinion on many of the matriarchs. I've always kind of leaned Yachi, simply just because I like her design. Yeah. Game, you don't have to ask that question. That's kind of why I was making some of the comments I did. Okay, Game, what's your... I mean, Yuma does have kind of an unfair advantage just due to the fact that Yuma gets, you know, a lot more screen time because of the existence of 17.5. Right? Like, Yachi and Saki get, you know, not a lot of screen time. But... Well, she gets a lot of time, does she? Like, I think just kind of because it's Wily Beast, I feel like Saki gets, like, no love, or very little love from people. Maybe that's just what I see. Maybe that's just, like, the small interactions I've seen, but, like, I feel like Saki gets, like, no love. Yachi as well. Like, I feel like they get, like, a little bit because of 19, but, like, Yuma's also in 19, and people still love Yuma. Best personality. So what you're telling me is that you're just in it for the gremlins. Either the big boob gardeners or the gremlins. Did you call her a whore girl? Hold up a second. Now that's going too far. That's too far, Spooter. You still stand by? How dare you? How dare you? That title is obviously reserved for Sanai. Come on. Spell Carnival? Oh, really? What are we going on about, Game Realtor? What the where'd that come from? What affectionate? Yeah. Such confidence. Well, yeah. I know of Carnival. I have not dabbled with it myself, at least not yet. Yandere like Yuka. I feel like I've seen every possible like type of Yuka under the sun. Okay. Okay. Is it like a character like type? Yes. Is it Yuka? Yeah. I feel like I've seen it. It's me type of player, yeah. Or maybe it's just because she's very popular, so there's like dozens and dozens of different fan interpretations. Ah, just cucked in the corner. Fortunately, that snail trail was gonna trap me as well too, even if I had somehow made that dodge. Kuzenai isn't popular. Alice is definitely popular overall in terms of the fandom, but yeah, like when was the last time Alice was like popular? I wasn't saying that Yuka's the most popular character. I was just saying that Yuka's very popular. This isn't a competition of who's the most popular Touhou character. At least in terms of like fan works and stuff. It was just Yuka is very popular amongst fans, so she gets a lot of love there. Although I feel like that's kind of fallen off as of late. Not as much as Alice has fallen off, but I feel like the Yuka popularity in the fandom 10 years ago was like much bigger, and it's just kind of partially probably because she's like never sees any relevance. She's kind of just dribbled into like a lot lesser. Yeah, but Chirno's popular because of a meme, and so people play to that meme. And to be fair, I have seen other Chirnos. I've seen Yandere Chirno, like, once before, but, like, I have seen it. Okay. But to be fair, this is another thing about the characters. Like, Chirno is, like, the meme. She is the one thing. Yuka's kind of ambiguous, right? That's another thing about her. She kind of is pretty mysterious, doesn't have a whole ton to her. So you can kind of take her in a lot of different ways. Right? I love Vicna. Oh, Vinky. That was not a good line to go down. Did you die? Thank you. Like, honestly, I think one of the things that gets her a lot of, like, attention in some of this regard is the fact that one of her bigger, like, character types, I'd say, is mysterious, right? Like, she's really strong, but kind of in, like, a unknown/mysterious way. Dude, I kind of got hard with that Ghost Wind God, not gonna lie. You get friends with Yukari? Probably depends on who you ask. The 9 did things. Yeah, I feel like her being brought back in 9. I think that's what really helped push her over the top in the fandom. He's gotten popular. Yeah, Okina, I feel like is like kind of picked up. I think partly just because she fills a similar role to a lot of, like, the Yukari type thing. So you can kind of use her for that. You know, almost honestly similar to that, you like the Yuka realm as well. Do some of the Junko, yeah, and Zune was lazy. Because he made her the extra boss as well instead of making a different character, so he's really lazy with his designs. Like, can't believe they brought her back. Remember, guys, we want our new characters to have more, like, plot and more time in the spotlight. But, like, what's this? You didn't add a new character instead of reuse the same character from before? Unbelievable! How dare he? Like, well, to be fair, they kind of... A lot of those characters fit a very similar role. Okay, upper movement should make this easier for me. Did I bait that in the right spot? Or should I have been one more to the right? It'll be fine, right? It'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, it's fine. It was a little awkward, because it was high. I feel like it shouldn't have been that high normally, but it's fine. Like, generally, there's always the line. It's going to be moved just a little bit. You just got to find it. I was kind of slow on the second movement. I should try to be a little bit more attentive to that, but... fell in love with her. I don't know if he like necessarily fell in love with her and wanted to make a very story-relevant character. Instead of most other characters that appear once and then disappear from the face of the earth. Except for some odd mention in some manga. Guys, here's this really... We got Raiko here, okay? Extra stage boss. She's not going to do anything. Oh, okay. She's going to come back and join the Prism Rivers. Yeah, and then that's like it. At least she's cute, though. strong old lady. Is that why he likes Aya? Here's the thing, I like some of those characters, but I wish it was more like Kaneko and Eren instead of Yukari and Okino. Not that I dislike them per se, but you know. Yeah, the concert stage was Anatomy of Common Flowers, I believe, with Raiko and such. With Raiko being with the Prism Rivers. Hopeless Masquerade was the Kokoro one, with the most god-awful Kokoro attack known to man, where she turns into a fucking, like, shark and jumps around from left side to right side. It's just an absolute pain in the ass to deal with. Gosh, I love that attack. In the game, you were there while I suffered to that attack. You should remember me hating it. I guess it was like a year ago. Or like something like that. Yeah, everything. Well, fighting games are not my my forte. I liked throwing Fudo's plates and doing stuff with them. I liked Fudo's plates. That's one thing that made me really like Fudo as a character, is she was fun in the fighting games. That is one of the few things from those games I really liked, like gameplay-wise. I'm trying to score one of these days. How do I say no without saying no? Girl. It's the idea of melee. No, my Yomu kind of stands elsewhere, though, too. See, if I'm going to do anything in Discord, it's going to be when Big Box comes out. The Danmaku Big Box. That's what I would do. Gotta host a Big Box night. Fucking A, dude. Oh, that non-it's. That's cool. I'm talking Danmaku, the card game, to be fair. But also this. This is my turf, not the fighting game. Ooh, I did enjoy playing as Koishi. Now that you put that Koishi emote. From the fighting games, I did quite enjoy Koishi. Doing the attack where you, like, eat someone alive and then spit them out with your flower, I do really like that. And for the most part, I enjoy the stories of the fighting games. If I know in Surf. No, I know some people in the gameplay scene who's definitely photo games are their turf, but you know, they're not like regulars here. Although I've seen them here a couple times. Pretty sure Saris, that's how you pronounce it, he's pretty up there in the gameplay scene. He's big, like, speedrunner of the photo games and such, or high scores for them. Don't forget to kiss your Kaneko. Alright, block cage. Through. Although I don't know what tilted me more, that Yomu or Superman. Yeah, well, I'll also say PvP is not really a... PvP games are not really my genre. I guess maybe, like, if you took... I guess maybe if you took, like, Pod and made it in, like... had online for Pod, or, like, Touhou 9 or 19, like, maybe that's a bit more up my alley, but... But don't worry, at some point after the big box comes out for Danmaku, if we get enough people, I'll host a big box night once in a while. I do quite love playing that game. Although, of course, the only issue with that is I need people to actually, like, want to play that. And also be around, too, to play it. Don't do that to me, game. Sick final. You know what? That was a pretty nice 2-miss. Pretty sick 2-miss. We take this. Or Tetris. That is, I dominate my friends when we play Tetris occasionally. You ever play Puyo Puyo Tetris? It's on the Switch. Played some Versa with that for on and off with my friends, and I always suffer during the Puyo Puyo part, but you go to Tetris, boom. I was always the best Tetris player. We take a 2-miss every day of the week. Pretty good, pretty good. For puppeting, yeah. It's been 2 hours, and I got a really good. That was a sick run. Really happy to have it. I'm not gonna push it though. I have a question marks. Well, we have a little bit to do before we get there. That's my third 2-miss. That's pretty good. It's a weird game, yeah. I have some friends when the Switch came out.